Hey everyone, this is Cathryn, and I worked with her for a very, very long time, and she's here today to answer some questions.
I have a corporate office and 3 sites. I work in the St. Charles area in Illinois, and so I have 4 sites just in that area that I take care of. I have a site in Wisconsin, and then I have 1 in Texas. So yeah, in Westerville, Ohio is our corporate office, and so I do occasionally get to spend some time there. Zach and I, before we started, we were having the whole conversation about, I have a, so you were asking about women and getting away from the help desk, and it is hard because women in technology are few and far between, and especially when you try to get to the level where I'm at or even above. However, there is hope.
She's not going to say it, I don't think, but the one thing I know about Cathryn is she's persistent, and that is huge, I think, because that has really taken you, a lot where you've gone, really, because you've always been very, very persistent on everything that she does, and you follow through on everything. When she says she's going to do something, she always did it, and I don't think she ever let anything stand in her way, and that's honestly the case.
Yeah.
She just did not care. You wouldn't really, if you had to define the fact that, okay, you're a woman and I'm a guy. It didn't even freaking matter. You didn't care. You didn't let the fact that, just because you're a woman hold you back in a world of IT where it's, 95% men or something?
Yes.
She's very persistent.
Yes.
And that's going to get you probably a lot with just the position that you may be in, I guess.
Yeah. That persistence, it does pay off, and it couples with confidence. I love for people to take me outside of my box and make me think of other things, and I'm always very open to what other people have to say. Where I really become persistent and where I really think it's made a huge impact in my career is that when I know in my gut that what I feel needs to be done should be done, and I'm getting pushback from that, and I think about what are the ramifications if I take that push and go a direction that I don't feel that I should go, or what are the ramifications of pushing back right now, and when I get to the other side, how is that going to be effective? And I usually find out that sometimes it's better for me to take the other direction, and it ends up being better. However, I have also let somebody push me back, and when I come out on the other side, I'm like, why did I do this? I knew better. I absolutely knew better. So you have to have a backbone. You have to be willing to stand up for what you believe is right, and have your research and have the data to back it up. I've had that happen several times, and really, really know what your role is and what you want your role to be. You can direct your career in any way that you want. So I'm managing a $3.5 million project right now, and I have to work with business ops, I have to work with the people at the plant, I have to work with our corporate office, server team and data teams, and then I have to manage the vendors. And so I have a lot of players and a lot of passionate people who don't always agree on everything. So I try to listen to everyone, but I use all that I have learned and all the knowledge and skills that I've gained, even though I don't get to break fix and be impactful on a day-to-day basis in that respect. I do use everything that I have learned in order to be able to manage a $3.5 million project and get it in on time and get the issues resolved and try and make it as painless as possible for the people that it affects. So yeah, I have more of a backbone now than I probably ever have, and Zach can tell you I've always pretty much had a backbone. So yeah. It's just gotten that much stronger. One thing I did find, and I guess it depends on your area of where you live. So here, the districts that I worked in, I would say are smaller. We're rural area for sure.
You live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, BFE. The need for diversity is much less in rural America, and it's not an important thing when companies are looking to hire, because you don't always have a lot of diversity. You don't always have as many options as you do when you get into a bigger city. And the IT field is not very diversified. So if you're a woman, congratulations, and I encourage you to please, if you love computers and you love technology, this is a great field because there are tons of opportunities because of the diversification. Because of the diversity you bring. Women think differently than men. That's just the bottom line. And we always said, if we had a woman president, there'd be tea and cookies and everybody would get along. Not necessarily sure I agree with that. However, it is important to have different sides and different views and different approaches, and all of your life experiences and learning shape that about you. And women are definitely different than men, and we are definitely understaffed, undervalued at times, especially in a male-dominated career path. And IT would be one of those. So I bring a lot of diversity to my position, and I don't let being a woman stop me. I am just as confident and mindful and respected as any man, and I would never hesitate to be quiet, be shy, be less or more reserved, be held back, because I don't feel as good as male counterparts, and that is a hard thing, and that is one thing you do get a lot of. And I have worked with vendors, and they think because I am a woman that I'm dumb when it comes to IT, and that I must not know what I'm talking about. And I've seen it, when you're call help desks, and I'm sure some of you have experienced that as well, you women. And just because you're a woman, they just assume that this is not your field because it is predominantly male. Know your stuff. Be confident in what you know. Be confident in what you can get accomplished, and don't be afraid to go after what is yours. So
yeah, and I'm going to chime in here because a lot of what you just said, and I told you before we started this that I don't swear in the video, but it's bullshit. Because I've worked with a lot of women in IT. When I left the school district we worked for, my boss was a woman. Mm-hmm. And now in the current job I'm at the hospital I work at, there's there's at least 4 women in our department. I mean, there's more that are kind of like contractors that come in, but there's a solid 4 women that are employed by our hospital that work in our department, and I don't treat them any different. And they come with me to questions because they're 2 of them are help desk, which they answer the phones a lot and they try to manage level 1 stuff a lot. I never treat them differently, but there are other people that talk down to them or just feel like they're too good to answer their questions, or what have you, and it makes me so mad because there's no difference.
There is none.
And nobody should ever treat you differently. And luckily, these women that I work with, just like you, they have a strong backbone, and they will give it back to you. And that's part of it. And it's very good that you have that backbone and you can give it back just as much as you get it. Because don't let anybody ever talk down to you or make you feel like crap because you don't know something either. But Cathryn, like I said, always persistent. She knows what she's talking about. She reads and does her research a lot on everything that she's going to come to you with. And if she doesn't know the answer, she's going to find out that answer, and she's going to get the best possible answer that she can and provide you with the facts to back up whatever it is that she says.
Yep, so. Absolutely. And I never hesitate to tell people, they ask me a question, and if I don't know, I don't try and make something up. I simply say to them, I don't know, but I'm more than happy to find an answer on that for you. You're just going to have to give me some time. That's what I like to do. Oh, one more thing, Tanya. Here's what I wanted to let you know, and I kind of got sidetracked with this, so I apologize. So I was telling you, in my position, and I have a dotted line, and I work with one of the senior directors for business operations, and him and I collaborate together on the IT issues and the priorities and that kind of thing. Then my boss is at our next company up. So we have a big daddy company, and that's the 5th largest employer in the world, who then bought out a parent company, and then that company had already acquired the company that I manage, and I work for the middle guy. So my direct report is the VP of Technology for all of North America for this company. And straight up from him is the CIO of Technology for North America for this company. And I am pleased to say it is Sally Miller. She's a woman. I have met her. She is down to earth. She is funny. She is laid back. And she's pretty amazing, actually. And I feel very blessed to be a part of her team. And she's very well respected in the technology field. We do supply chain, so there's a lot that goes with that. And we have a lot of room and opportunity for growth, which is why I went with this company. So I feel very blessed to have that type of person and mentor as a woman available to me. So there you go. From help desk to CIO of one of the 5th largest companies in the world for technology of North America. Yeah, it can be done, so don't be disheartened. Stay with it, and you can get there. You got to pay your dues. Everybody does, but it'll be worth it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming out and doing this with me.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody who's watching this will definitely appreciate that.
I hope so.
So thank you guys for watching. Comments, questions, whatever, leave them in the comments below. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.